Good morning. My name is Adriana and our video is based on Latin America. I will be discussing the culture region and the many languages of Latin America. Latin America is divided into 4 different regions: North America, South America, Central America, and the Caribbeans. I will be talking about the culture of one country from each region. Mexico is located in the North American region. About 93% speak Spanish. There are several ethnic groups in Mexico. 60% are Mestizo, 30% are Amerindian, and the last 10% are white. People from Mexico put a high value on hierarchy and structure in business and family. The Andes mountain range is located in the South American region. It is the longest mountain range and the second tallest. It spans through Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina. Spanish is the main language spoken in these 7 countries. The Andes mountain range was once home to the Incas. The Amazon River is also located in the South American region. It is the largest river in the world. The river runs through Guyana, Ecuador, Venezuela, Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, and Peru. Nicaragua is located in the Central American region. Nicaragua means here united with the water. About 90% speak Spanish, 69% are Mestizo, 17% are white, 9% are of African descent, and 5% are Native American. Cuba is located in the Caribbean region. About 91% speak Spanish, 51% are mulatto, 37% are white, 11% are of African descent, and 1% are Chinese. Spanish is the main language spoken in Latin America. However, there are a variety of other languages. Portuguese is spoken in Brazil, French is spoken in Haiti and Martinique, English is spoken in Jamaica, Belize, and Guyana, and each country has its own dialect. There are also many Native American languages spoken throughout Latin America. Guarani is spoken in Paraguay and Brazil, Aymara is spoken in Bolivia, and Quechua is spoken in Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia.
Good morning, my name is Andres Villegas, and today I'm going to be presenting the social groups of Latin America. In Latin America, there are 525 million people, which fills up half of the hemisphere. The ancestors of Latin America were the Native Americans, which were the first people to settle there. Some of them were the Mayan, the Aztecs, and the Incas of Peru. Most of them settled in Mexico, Central America, and the Andes region, Ecuador, Peru, and Bolivia. The Mayans were there from 250 AD to 900. The Aztecs were there from 1300 AD, and the Incas were in the time of the Aztecs, but they established in the Andes. The Europeans were the first ones to get there in the late 1400s. Most of them were Spanish and Portuguese. Later the British and French came. African Americans came in the 1500s as slaves and worked in the cash crops. In 1800, the slavery ends. The Asians came during the 1800s to work in the Caribbean Sea islands, and now Latin America is full of them. Mexico, Honduras, and El Salvador, Cuba, Dominican Republic have the largest numbers of mixed people. In Brazil, there are 6% of others, 38 mixed, and 5% of European. In Mexico, there are 30% Native American, 60% mixed, and 9% European. In migrating north, people come here from all over the world. They come from the U.S. to Mexico, Mexico to U.S., etc. Mexico City is considered a mega city. Brazil has a large population, and it has a lot of people. It has 6% of other, 38% mixed, 55% European, and 1% other. The casta is a hierarchy system created by the Spanish elites based on races. Mestizo is created by Spaniard and Indian, Castizo by Mestizo and Spanish women, and Mulatto by Spanish and a Negro. Now I'm going to be talking about the economic activities. 3/4 of Latin Americans' population lives in cities, but mostly still depend on agriculture. Most of them export bananas, sugar canes, and coffee, latifund and minifund. Campesinos are workers. Latifundias are wealthy, high mechanized to produce lots of labor at a low cost. Minifundias are smart plots that use to feed campesinos, etc. Cash crops and livestock. Cash crops are produced in large quantities, used to be sold or trade. Fertile places are Brazil, Mexico, for example, which produce lots of coffee. Central America and Jamaica, for example, export bananas, in Brazil and Cuba, sugarcane. In addition, Mexico, Argentina, and Brazil also raise cattle for exports. Industry. Most Latin America is in developing countries. They all have industries. Industry growth. Mexico is a major producer of motor vehicles, textiles, etc. Brazil produces iron, steel, cars, planes. Argentina produces processed meats. Maquiladoras. In the past 50 years, Japanese and Americans have built maquiladoras in Latin America, which is low-cost labor. The trade and independence helped the exports be easier, and imports of Latin America are raw materials and expensive tech. North American Free Trade Agreement. In 1992, Mexico, US, and Canada signed it, which increased the flow of goods, services, and people among these countries, which grew in a 10 to 15% annually. But now the US is scared that Mexican low-paid workers is going to win all the jobs in the US. Foreign debt. In 1900, the worldwide economic slowed down due to a sharp decline in demand of Latin American products. Now they have a debit and looking for a way to resolve it. Transportation. They make roads all across the Andes, etc. One of them is called the Pan American Highway, from northern Mexico to southern Chile.